Have you ever noticed that the best stories seem to have these iconic opening lines?
Once upon a time,
in the beginning, it was a dark and stormy night.
In 2019, we celebrated our centennial, our 100-year story. It was a turning point that signaled the beginning of a new decade, the beginning of a second century PCG. But the story hasn't gone as expected. No one could have predicted the unprecedented, as headlines caused countless headaches.
brush fires rage on in the outback.
Pandemic triggers global recession.
Explosion shocks Beirut.
I can't breathe.
Race riots,
Anger.
Frustration.
Political hostility.
mandatory quarantine,
Churches closed.
Businesses shut down.
Internet fatigue.
death.
Loneliness. Grief.
It was, and for many still is, a dark and stormy night. So it all begs the question, what can God accomplish in the darkness?
In the beginning, darkness covered the surface of the deep,
Once upon a time, mankind wandered about in the darkness.
and it was a dark and stormy night as Jesus' body laid within that tomb.
But one moment, one story can change the world. You see, God is not intimidated by darkness.
With one word, the Creator dispels the dark.
With one breath, the light of the world declares, "It is finished."
And with one touch, His story raises the dead to life.
His story changes the course of history. And what was once considered a test has now become a testimony. In Christ alone, there is redemption. And through Christ alone, a new story can be told, where headlines now testify of spiritual headway.
The lost have been found.
The lame walk.
Blind eyes are opened.
The sick have recovered.
Through Christ, racial reconciliation is taking place across the globe.
Churches are reopening and relaunching.
Faith has been strengthened despite adversity.
The generous are giving like never before.
And communities are rallying together as
One mission, one movement.
It was once a dark and stormy night, but now the light has come,
And we stand.
on the other side, glorifying God for a new day,
A fresh start. A second century.
that which the enemy meant for evil, God has turned for good. And suddenly, because of His story, our story will never be the same. Your story will never be the same. Truly, one story can change the world.
So from every tribe,
Every nation, every tongue. Let the redeemed of the Lord tell their